It's your boy Mighty Joe. Welcome to another episode of the Patchbay. And on today's episode, I have a real exciting guest for you. So let's go ahead and get it started.
They're playing basketball. We love that basketball.
All right, without any further ado, Coach Jairus DeMagas. He's the freshman head coach and JV assistant coach for Foothill High School, and he's also in charge of the top performance basketball program based in the Tri-Valley area for San Ramon, Pleasanton, Livermore, and Dublin. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Hey, Joe. How's it going, man? Happy to be here.
Not too bad, considering. How's your day going so far?
Just trying to stay busy through this lockdown, trying to, keep expanding, keep improving.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been hectic, but I've been seeing, the amazing things that you're doing to try to keep all the kids involved. And, I know the presence that you already have within the community. So I'm really excited to bring you on the show today. All right. So how did you actually become the head coach for the freshman team of Foothill High School?
So, funny story, I was actually interviewing for jobs in EBAL. I just wanted to expand my coaching expertise for sure. And I actually was originally hired by San Ramon Valley High School. And then I heard that there was an opening at Foothill. So I went to go interview for them as well. So I talked to Coach Wallace, who's the varsity coach. And, there's just a really good rapport there. And there's something about, being back at your one of the schools that you attended that brings back a sense of nostalgia.
Sure.
Right. And so for sure, it was just something about being back in my hometown that, I felt like Foothill was the right fit for me.
Oh, it's interesting how, sometimes things come back around full circle, and that's
Definitely.
pretty dope. How long have you actually been the head coach over at Foothill?
So I just finished my third year. So fall 2020 will be my fourth year. And it's been an amazing experience. Each year has its own set of challenges and triumphs.
Gotcha.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it.
I know you're also the assistant coach for the JV squad. Are you still able to kind of be the same, or do you kind of need to fall back a little bit and play a different position, of course?
No, definitely. I have to play a different position, and I just want to help out with the Foothill program and make them as successful as possible.
Sure.
And Coach Tommy, the JV coach, is an awesome coach, and I really just like being at the JV level as an assistant coach and helping out in whatever fashion.
Sure.
And just kind of seeing the kids that I had last year taking it up a level this year and making sure that, they don't forget things that they learned when they were being coached by me as well.
Right.
It's a different type of coaching. It's more, you sit back, you can have more player-to-player conversations instead of talking to the entire team.
Right.
But they're both awesome, in my opinion. I enjoy both positions.
Do you ever find yourself bumping heads with maybe some of the philosophies of the JV coach, or do you just say, nah, I kind of know my position and, I'm just here to back up?
Yeah, coaching is definitely subjective. Every coach has a unique philosophy that won't entirely fit with another coach's, but it's his team, and I definitely support and respect every decision that he makes and his philosophy that he has, even if it may not be my own.
So far, what's been your biggest challenge as a coach?
Biggest challenge as a coach would probably be that the understanding that each player is going through their own experience, and you can't tailor make any development series or any session, any workout that is going to completely fit each player. And it's just understanding each player that they, have their own set of struggles and their own set of challenges that they are facing as well.
Gotcha.
And to just be there for them and be that player coach and to be understanding that, it's more than basketball.
Sure.
And sometimes it's hard to, get out of that because we all want to win. We all want to see a player make their team. But, it's more than that. We can't lose the player's confidence or their development during the process.
Gotcha. So I know that you're dealing with a lot of emotions not just from a player's standpoint, but we read these crazy stories all the time on how parents are always kind of, crossing the line, and they're getting in coaches' faces and really interrupting what the coach is trying to do. What are the relationships like that you have with the parents, and how do you go about it when the parents don't agree with what you're doing?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I try to set the expectations, set the table from the very start that it's definitely more of a player-coach process, and that parents should be supporting and just making sure that, the players are well-equipped and ready to work out, or ready for their game, ready for their practice, whatever. But yeah, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes between player and coach that, parents, fans don't really see.
Sure.
That we may see little things in a practice where a player knows exactly where to be on a certain play, that a player is consistently rebounding, and that may not be something that a fan or a parent is prioritizing in their head, but it is something that we know that's going to help our team win. And it's just a difference of philosophy sometimes, but within my own program, I try to, set expectations that this is on the player, and we want the player to become a young adult and a strong young adult.
Yeah.
So therefore we gotta, facilitate whatever they need and support whatever they need, and understand that it's their process, not my process as a coach, or not your process as a parent.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the ones who are going out and playing the game. We're just trying to back them up and, hopefully point them in the right direction. What would you say your coaching philosophy is? Like, as far as, do you focus more on defense? Are you an offensive minded coach? I know we talked a little bit earlier about it, but yeah, I would love to know what do you follow the triangle? Like what?
I mean, I think basketball is evolving right now, and for me as a coach, I want to emphasize defense and rebounding. There's something about like just watching a team get consistent stops over and over and over again that for me is fun to watch. And defense leads into other areas like fast breaking and being able to push the ball in. I know kids have fun fast breaking and, doing these 3-on-2s and these 2-on-1s, but that doesn't happen without defense. But definitely on the offensive end, I think it's turning more into a spacing type of game. Whereas, before there's a lot of triangle offense worked before because, they would pack the paints and it would lead to a lot of backdoors and post-up offense. But offenses nowadays are based around movement and freedom of movement and shooting and ball movement as well. So I try to emphasize that too.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, definitely seems to be working out pretty well for you. So I appreciate that answer 100%. So we talked a little bit about, making good people and all that good stuff. Top performance slogan is expect more, do more, be more. How did you come up with that slogan?
I was thinking it was something that I always said to the players from day one. And when I thought about it, I was like, that's kind of the formula for success right there. Expect more of yourself, expect your potential to be as high as you want it to be. Do more as far as take action on a day-to-day basis and having the right work ethic and discipline. And in that sense, it leads to you being more and being whatever you want to be.
I love it.
And just kind of, saying that to the players, they're at the age where, anything is possible.
Yeah.
If they just set their mind to it.
That's it. It's definitely all a mindset. If you have the right mindset, you can accomplish anything you want. It's like, especially with what's going on now. Of course, we could be all negative, and anything that comes out of our mouth can be negative right now. But even if I'm going against the 95 Bulls with MJ on it, I still have to have the mentality that I'm going to win, because why am I going to want to get out of bed if I think I'm just going to lose anyway?
Exactly.
And I definitely agree with that slogan, and I appreciate that very much. So
yeah, for sure, man. So hey, speaking on that though, there's the documentary's coming out
on Sunday
on the Bulls. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah,
to watch for sure.
Do you have the NBA League Pass by any chance?
Yeah, I do.
So
Yep.
you saw the amazing classic games that they put on there.
Yeah, man.
I was
they're
watching
awesome.
the old dunk competitions with my daughter. I saw Ewing's rookie season.
Yep.
But yeah, man. So if anybody got the league pass, make sure you check out that classic content, because it's definitely worth checking out. And I'm really excited about Sunday to check out the MJ.
Yeah, me too.
MJ
Me too. It's gonna be a
documentary.
good one.
So I know we were talking about, and we actually are talking about adding a girls team to the program as well.
Yep.
But it's just been a little difficult to find enough interest to be able to fill the roster. Why do you think it's such a challenge to find enough girls that want to play?
Yeah, I think for one that there are some solid high school girls programs out there. So I think it would be, gaining the interest of, younger girls that would be interested in learning more about basketball. As far as that goes, I've been wanting to have a girls program for a very long time. I think that girls playing basketball are the future, and that they're only going to progress in this sport. Completely. And so I'm excited about that, to see where we go with that. But it's definitely something where, one girl can't come into a program at a time, and we just got to bring them in as groups, and it'll snowball from then on.
Right. That's really cool. So that actually leads me into my next question. I remember one time at practice, we had one of our players.
Right.
He had, I believe he broke his leg, and it was either in school, I think it was in school, in the playground in school.
Yep.
And you had huddled everybody up and you said, hey, we can't be playing outside of this program, because then when it comes down time for what we work hard on, now we're going to be missing our best players. But when I was growing up, hitting the playground was where I learned all my skills pretty much, going against the older guys and all that good stuff. So do you really feel that they shouldn't be playing basketball outside of the program, or what's your take on that as a whole?
No, not at all. I actually played a lot of pickup basketball as well against adults when I was younger, and that was where I learned a bunch of my stuff too, in pickup games and runs at the park and stuff like that. My issue that I had, and they're 8th graders, so they're going into 9th grade next year, is that they were playing basketball with kids that weren't as serious at basketball as they are. They were just not as serious about it. And so my issue was, you're playing with players that don't have the same aspirations as you. And so it's fun. It's one thing to be playing up and be playing against tough competition.
Sure.
Say you're at a park or whatever.
Sure.
And then it's another thing to just be trying to impress your friends.
Right.
When you could be impressing them when you're wearing a jersey and you're on the court next year.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you clarifying that, man. That's awesome. I dig it, and it makes total sense now. 100%.
For sure.
Very cool. So the philosophy of Top Performance, a big part of the philosophy is about, helping them transform their skills from the basketball court today to become leaders in our communities tomorrow. Why do you think sports is such a great situation that creates amazing leaders for our communities and, just everything that's going on around us in the world?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, number one, it's the lifestyle of being a student athlete and, getting great grades in school, and then afterwards going to intense practice where you go at it and you physically exhaust yourself for a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And just that schedule that it takes to be a student athlete is ridiculous, and not many people can do it. And it leads to being able to balance priorities and handling pressure.
Sure.
As far as being in the workplace.
Sure.
And yeah, and then there's a sense of confidence that comes with putting in the work and getting to where you want to be, that you just are really, really confident in securing yourself. And that's our biggest thing, is that it goes further than basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, without question, man. Without question, I think sports is great for camaraderie, and like you said, the key is confidence. If they find themselves getting getting better every time that they hit the court, that's just going to give them more confidence to be able to try and do anything, because they'll see that hard work really pays off.
Definitely.
And that's super dope. So
100%. Yep.
So yeah, man, want to get into a little bit, and we're definitely coming down to the final levels of the interview, but I really appreciate all the time that you've been giving us today, and I've enjoyed the interview thus far. I hope you have the same.
Me too. Yeah. It's been awesome.
So I was checking something out yesterday. I actually got an email, and it was I've been to a bunch of Stanford University games, men's and women's, and I love that campus. Just Maples Pavilion is an awesome marina.
Yep.
So Mikaela Brewer, she's a senior. She's going to be a senior going for Stanford next year, and she just created a new blog, and the blog is all about how the season coming to such an abrupt end affected her and how she's dealing with it. So what I want to ask you is, we were moving and grooving as far as top performance goes. We just had our first tournament. Your team actually took first place in the first tournament, and everything was starting to come together. And then all of a sudden, it was just pause. What are some things that you've been doing mentally to help push yourself forward?
Yeah, awesome question. I know everybody's having their own challenging time throughout this, with coronavirus and all that. And for some people, it was like things were just starting to come together, and now we have to pause what we're doing and what we're building. But on the flip end, there's always light to situations that we view as dark. And right now, it's just about being able to put things on pause and focus on yourself and what you're doing, and being able to, expand yourself in other areas. As far as reading more, or expanding your knowledge, and doing other things that you normally wouldn't have the time to do, and develop. And that's what I've been focusing on. Just been adjusting my mindset. It was difficult at first, and I'm sure it is for a lot of people, but
But no, I totally agree. I mean, I think you can definitely have a whole different outlook on how to handle things moving forward. That sometimes we get so caught up into situations that we don't see the whole picture. And now this is forcing everybody to take down the blinders. I was telling a partner of mine the other day, I was like, man, we're in a world right now where title just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, because everybody's the same. Because can't nobody get their movements, their grind going forward, because we're just all in this together. And I think that's got to be humbling to a lot of people, that you can strip that whatever aura or persona off of them, and maybe we can all just realize that once you take away this money or whatever the situation is, then there's not too much different between us. So
that's facts.
Last thing we're going to leave everybody with is, of course, we were talking about the amazing Instagram that you have going on, all the great things that you're teaching, all the videos that the kids are submitting that you're putting up. What do we maybe want to give the kids something to work on? Maybe they can submit, and then after you answer this, I'm gonna give you, since we're gonna close out the show, I want to give you however much time you need to be able to talk about whatever you like.
Yeah, for sure. As far as the Instagram goes, follow us at Top Performance Basketball. There's some recent footage of players doing at-home workouts. They're killing it. I love the work ethic that they're putting in. As far as some new challenges, I just dropped one on my trainer profile, which is at the trainer_JD. And it's a Freestyle Friday challenge, and you kind of just freestyle, have fun with it, show off your ball handling. I'm going to attempt and do my best to do a Tootsie Slide challenge. We'll see how that goes, man. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
But do the best I can with that. I think it'll be fun. I think the kids will have fun watching it and maybe trying it for themselves.
What's the Tootsie Slide?
The new song with Drake, Tootsie Slide?
Oh, nah, I haven't even peeped it. Okay.
Left foot up, right foot slide. Yeah,
there it is.
I saw the professor doing that. You know who the professor is from M1?
From M1, of course.
Yeah. So he did a really cool one, man. A really cool one. And he even moonwalks in it. He shuffles in it with the ball. So he's doing all this with ball handling. So he's doing the dance with ball handling. So I'm going to see if I can do something even remotely close to that. And let's see
man.
if the kids want to try it too.
About
Have fun with
to
it.
see Coach Jarris get his dance on.
Do my best, man.
About to go
Do my
down.
best.
So that's what's up, man. So anything else that you want to say before we go ahead and say see you later?
Nah, man, I appreciate you for having me on. For everybody listening that's, going through this tough time right now, keep your head up. We're almost through it. We're doing a good thing. And just when we get back into all this, we'll be better people and more grounded by going through this process. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. This was a lot of fun.
And just for everybody listening out there, Coach Jarris really is the truth. This brother got game beyond game, and he's a great human being. So even if you don't live in the Tri-Valley area and you're not able to come and join the Top Performance program, that's the beauty of social networking and the internet and Zoom cameras and all these things, is it can keep us connected no matter where we are. So definitely still stay in tune, because this brother can really help you take your game to the next level, and we appreciate him so much. And I really do appreciate you coming on today, man.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all that and all that you do as well.
Right on. Cool. So everybody out there in the Bay Area and beyond, really appreciate you tuning in to this episode of the Patchbay. Look forward to bringing you more, and enjoy your day, and please be safe. See you later, everyone.